this powerful database that collects all this information. And it is open for you to look at. You can write to it if you want. Unfortunately, we don't have Teams running in the other environment, so let's go to data there. And the Edge DX, we have all these different fields in there that we can use to either create reports or create alerts. So let's use this to create alert when someone does have a mid-call failure that we won't have to go through and run a report or look at the screen. We'll be emailed a message, or we can have an action run against it. So we can go to alerts, and we're going to create a new alert. And we'll call this mid-call failure alert. And the data index that we're going to use for this is the Edge UCC calls. And the data index field that we have is a mid-call failure. The other one that we like looking at is had setup failures, but we're going to do had mid-call failure. And if that is not equal to 0, we want to be emailed about that. And so we can just put in our email address here, and that way we can be alerted to it. Another thing that we see occasionally is that MOS score, which is, like I said, the super metric, and we can do that as well. So let's go ahead and go back to alerts, create a new alert. And the data index for that one is, I think it's called process connection stats. Yeah, right there. Add index field, and that is the MOS score. If it is greater, I'm sorry, if it's less than or equal to, let's say 3,500, we can have an action take place as well on that. So a couple different ways that you can do that. Me and Jeff were fooling around the other day, and we kind of came up with a cool thing that would actually bring up a pop-up window if the Wi-Fi signal was getting low. So let me go back to the devices here, and again, hopping around from environment to environment, and I need to go to our tech marketing environment here. And what we're going to do is, when the user does see a low Wi-Fi score on their, or when they have a low Wi-Fi score, they'll get a pop-up window saying, hey, you have a low Wi-Fi score. And though we created a script called low Wi-Fi score, and we use this it's a command that comes with the Avicii. You could also use pop-up windows. You could use PowerShell, whatever you have. But we know this one comes with the Avicii, and it works out pretty good. So when they do have this session, as this issue, it will pop up an alert. And we could set up an alert for it. But in this case, I think we're just going to run it manually to show you what it looks like. And this is the device that we were looking at earlier. And I am just going to go ahead and run that script on it. So the action is a low Wi-Fi warning. There we go. Let me bring up that environment. Right there. Oh, that's the environment. And I'm going to go ahead and run the script on it. Pop back over to it. And there it is, the signal. Go ahead and click OK to get rid of it. And there it goes.